that ooh-wee, one shot movie, that's all you need. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
Wow, just one snap there, Parker, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Barkley, inside handoff. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They go play action with Burrow.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Barkley is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Brandon, we've seen an incomplete pass and an attempted run, not getting them anywhere at all. I'm not sure they're committed on this drive about what they want to do. I just wonder if they just say, listen, let's line up and run this thing and make it 4-down territory.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Barkley again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop it just shy of the goal line.
Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal, and then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
So this game of our Charles, the talk of the NFL all week. 2 unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while. But 2 teams like this, and I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these 2 are on a collision course. It'll be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find 2 unbeaten teams playing each other this late in the season, but that's what we have here, 2 heavyweights in the NFL.
You're right about that, and you think about recent memories, so let's take a little ginkgo right now and go down memory lane, right? 2007, 7-0 Colts, 8-0 Patriots. The Pats won 24-20. They ended up going 16-0 in the regular season before they lost in the Super Bowl against the Giants. How about 2015? 6-0 Broncos, 6-0 Packers. Denver won 29-10. And in 2020, Steelers and Titans were both 5-0. Pittsburgh won that one.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try to run for it with Barkley.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play. We're able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
The Packers at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 3rd down, Burrow. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw into the hands of Pitts here.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1.
Second and goal from the 1. In motion goes the tight end. And they'll run again. But he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. Touchdown, Packers. Brandon Cooks. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Packers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra points up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
To throw on second down, McCarthy. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. That one caught by Carter. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, McCarthy into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And into the end zone, it's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick six.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Yeah, let's see. The Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Back to throw. McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. He gets it to Cooks. And it's a Packers touchdown. Brandon Cooks with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay,
you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me on a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield.
Here we go. Here we go.
A quick throw here out wide to Pitts. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Brought down on the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say, those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Running again with Barkley on second down. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On third down, Barkley. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
What a way to start the second half. These guys are showing no signs of letting up. They have a chance to take a decided advantage with this possession.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Up the middle with Barkley. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
It's caught left side by Cooks. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. But CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession. And the ball is knocked out, and the Packers pick it up. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And maybe that one caught
some rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
The tight end in motion right.
Oh, and they set the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
That's caught out wide by Cooks. Down inside the 10.
And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
This is caught. It's Cooks.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL. It's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about it getting it done? Proud of it. There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Yeah, that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. A handoff to Barkley. Just a pickup of a yard there. That won't help too much. They're left with a 3rd and forever now. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They'll go to Barkley again. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carry goes his way. And that will extend their lead even further.
So not the strongest of kicks we've seen him make, but he gets a favorable bounce, and it's 3 points all the same.
Yeah, that was one of those where he needed the 6-iron, but he pulled out the 9-iron. That one was run out of gas quickly, but he does manage to pop it over the bar.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the 4th quarter.
Now here's
Here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield or man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
They'll fake the give. Now gone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. Here's a give to Barkley. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. 53 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Again, it's Barkley. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Goff. Over the middle, complete. It's Carter. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Packers will take over here just shy of the 30. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, it hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And they will take a knee here. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. In motion right is Watkins. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good